Sxmmnz produced.
Oh man, I like this. I like this, man. Good.
I ain't trying to be up here.
Good. Cause you talking about, my tolerances. Yeah, man. I like that. Yeah, that's your first time with the. I'm not saying no names, but with the Gucci bottle.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't drink my shit straight. I give it I give it a good mix.
Yeah.
You try to set me up.
Yeah, nah, man. I did it, man. We gonna get a shirt that say "Put the cup down, Sims."
Try to set me up with this one. Yeah, I was trying something new. I never tried this particular drinky drink. You know, the Gucci bottle.
Yeah.
You know, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
But
we only saying that because we not trying to.
Yeah, they're not
gonna
paying
have to pay us.
They're not paying us. So we're not sponsoring.
And we don't fuck with Gucci either. But
yeah. So so it's another episode of Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Bang 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 bang.
Episode 12. Yeah, that was a little. You caught us in the middle of conversation, whatever.
Yeah.
New week, new month. June 1st.
June 1st.
By the time y'all get this, it won't be June 1st. So just roll with the punches. Just act like you tuned in with us.
Yeah.
You know. So it's been an interesting last couple of days for me. I don't know if y'all follow my social media. DSTM podcast underscore. Yeah, the drink is already
Put the cup down.
underscore. Sxmmnz, Sxmmnz, but even if you follow my other page, Sxmmnz the Creative, but yeah. So the other day, my car kind of exploded on me, like literally, like it caught fire, like it was a different situation. I didn't wake up and expect that to happen. I don't really want to go into details because there's some stuff being worked on. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. It shouldn't have did that.
Some manufacturing
issue. So hopefully this will get settled. Keep your boy in your prayers. But if you see my social media, my car was literally on fire. Had to call the fire department out. Police came out. They put it out, and I had to. I was just asked out of a car for a moment. But the same day, I went to the dealership and scooped another car.
His bounce back game is stupid.
Yeah, I had to bounce back like real fast because
within hours. Some people be like, "Yeah, you bounce." My man bounced back in within hours. So I salute you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm first off, I'm grateful and I thank God that the situation didn't go a different way because I could not be here with you right now.
Yes.
I could have been taken out with that. But by the glory of God, I'm here with y'all. So I got to give praise to God for that. And I thank God for putting me in a position to be able to go down to the dealership and finesse me a new car or whatever. Yeah. So I'm back out in these streets. I'm still mobile. It was messed up because I had to take my kids to school that morning. Luckily, they wasn't in a car when the incident happened. But yeah, man, everything, like, don't take life for granted. Like, a lot of times we wake up thinking that everything is gonna go as the regular routine. Yeah. But you have to really take time to be grateful and be thankful about situations, like just for life and living and in the position you're in, because it can be a lot worse. Like, I'm like, I could be carless right now. I could be walking. I'm gonna be real. I didn't go to the dealership and get like my dream car, my ideal car, but I'm not walking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm still able to get out here and make my money and do what I got to do.
Yeah, and that mindset is the reason why, in life you have, when circumstances happen, you either got the person who's going to overcome, or you're gonna have the person that's gonna become a victim. You know, in this situation, you're showing the people, you're telling the people the type of mindset that you have to have going into every situation. When you become a victim, then you feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah, you paralyze yourself.
And you didn't do that. So you did what you got to do. And so, like I said, I salute you for that, because that shows great mental strength. You know what I mean? Even though I know it still feels surreal. It
is, because like, as people like was looking and saying, man, I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad you're safe. I had to process it. I'm like, because I'm thinking like, I shrugged it off type shit. But then like, as I start thinking about it, reflect, I'm like, yo, like I could have really been going, like, like for real.
Yes. I mean, that's the festival. That was the
like,
first thing.
If you see the car, like, that shit go, like, it's done.
I told him, I said, when I pulled up and I seen it on the corner, it looked like he was in the movie John Wick.
Yeah.
It looked like it went down. I'm like, talking about it looks bad. Yeah.
Like that joint is done. Yeah. I'm still processing it. It's and the more I think about it, it's kind of like just. It's slightly, it's disturbing, because it's like that shit should never happen. But you know, like, you just gotta keep on going, like, keep on pushing. Like I always say, don't buckle, get resilient. Because some people will buckle and they'll fold, and when life start throwing you punches, you gotta keep on going.
You gotta roll. You gotta roll for sure. You gotta roll with the punches, because a lot of times, even though the situation is bad, it's not bad. Like, it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
You know what I mean?
And don't get me wrong, like, when you watching your car burn up, your world feel like it's over.
Yeah.
Because I was looking, I'm like, I was hot. Like, I'm like, what the?
Trust me, I know. I remember when I got into that. I got into a car accident a couple years ago. It was a hit and run. And you know, for the people that know me, know that, like, you know, when I have things, I like to keep my things nice. You know, the car, when my car, it was, you know, hooked up rims, and it was shining. I was going to go pick up my girlfriend at that time to take her out for her birthday, and like, you know, I had it hooked up, smelling good, all that, and then I get hit, boom. You know what I mean? And like, I'm talking about throwing around the car. You know what I'm saying? Then when I get out and looked at it and I see how smashed and just messed up it is, I understand it's not real. You're looking at it and you like, my property is.
Because when you look at the shit, like, when you going through it, you only have your perspective on the inside. Yeah. When you on the outside looking in, you like, damn, that shit like a movie. Like, so it's like, when somebody see you get in an accident and your car tumble over, it's like, nigga, is they shooting Terminator over? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So but the person who's in the car rolling, it's a whole different situation. Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta, like I said, don't buckle, get resilient. Thank God that you're here every day, because it's not promised. And I said earlier, you have to, like, say if, like, God forbid, but say if I would have died in that mishap, and like, will people still be talking about me? Like a month from now, a year from now, will people remember me? Will I just be an occasional thought, or you know? Make your life something worth speaking about. Yes. Make your life worth something being remembered. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's about your legacy and what you create. Yeah. And that's what they're gonna remember you by. Like a Nipsey Hussle, people remember his legacy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he did a lot for people around him. Yeah. And for his community. And
it's interesting that you say that, because there are, you know, certain situations that happen in life that make you start thinking about those type of things, right? So last year, for my birthday, I went to Miami, and I came back. The day I came back, a person that I knew through playing basketball was murdered. Damn. Shot up. And it put life into perspective, because it was like, it's different. Like when Nipsey passed, Nipsey's passing hurt because of his influence on the culture, his influence on my life and the things that he said, and I was always looking forward to what his next move was.
Yeah, you felt like you know him because he's like somebody that you know around the way.
Yeah, but this dude that got killed was literally somebody that I seen, frequently, almost every week, because we frequent the same basketball circles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to look at the news and see the news reporting on this man being, shot, and they said he's in grave condition, and all of these things. It puts your life, it puts life into perspective, and then you sit there and then you say, damn, if I go tomorrow, what is my legacy?
Yeah.
What did I leave behind? What will people take from interacting with me? Did I take enough pictures with my family? Did I take enough pictures with my friends? Did I leave anything behind that when I'm gone somebody could say, man, D was like this. I want to adopt some of the philosophies that he had and move forward with my life like this to be because he inspired me. And so when you run into these type of situations, man, it really puts a burden on you.
Yeah.
Because now you got to understand, like, you don't want your life to be a waste. You don't want nobody to sit back and say, man, he was so young and he left so early and didn't do nothing, or he was young and he didn't do nothing with himself. You know what I mean? So it puts you in that position. So when, like I said, when you talk about legacy, and you talk about, man, what it would have been, use that to motivate yourself to go beyond what you're already doing. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, if for me, God forbid if that was to happen, I wouldn't do the podcast no more. Still would try to, I would still try to reach people. But like I said, this is our passion project. You know what I'm saying? And so for me to do it and try to bring somebody else on or something like that, to me it wouldn't be organic because we have something that's organic. So the truth of the matter is, like, this is a part of our legacy. These videos, these our Spotify channel and all that stuff.
Thoughts and conversations,
the thoughtful conversations. This is our legacy. And we're not just talking nonsense out of our ass. The truth of the matter is, if you was to have gone, there we have enough information so that people could see that this was a brother who cared about the community. This was a brother who cared about his family. This is a brother who was look, he take care of his kids. This is one of the brothers, like, let me explain something. I grew up knowing my father, but not having a father figure. You understand what I'm saying? So anytime I meet a brother that actually is in his kids' life, taking care of his kids is always around. Every time I'm around, his kids is around. You understand what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is, man, I respect this man because he's doing something that was told to me was hard. He make it look easy. It look regular. It's everyday life. You know what I mean? So, like I said, your legacy is already, in my opinion, your legacy is solid. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we just going to keep building. We're going to keep moving, man. You appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that. I just feel like there's so many more people I can reach, and so many more people I can touch, and put some positivity into their lives and speak some wisdom and knowledge upon them. But to end this this part of the pod, all I want to do is just say, leave your cup empty. When you're here on life, you don't want to leave nothing left. You want to put it all on the table. So as you feeling like you start up with a full cup, and you got to keep on going till you empty out everything that's in you. You empty out. You fill other people's cup. You feel pour into them as other people pour into you. It's not all about what you can receive. That is good. It feels good to receive, but it's all about what you can put out as well, and how hard you're gonna go for yourself and for the people around you. So leave your cup empty. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the table. And man, that's where I'm gonna leave that at. But shifting gears, so I'm gonna let you take it from here with the college, not even college, high school basketball.
Oh man, listen, because like I said, I'm a young hooper wannabe, one of the best amateurs you gonna see.
Nigga old out here.
I'm old as that, man. Listen, before I get into it, listen. Last week, cause you know I be playing these.
Yeah, I don't know why you doing this.
I do it because hey, nigga, you don't never stop, man. As long as you don't stop, you'll be mobile. You'll be good for a long time.
One of these young niggas gonna break them out. Hit them with the arty.
Listen.
This nigga hat and shoes will be over there.
They got about 4 or 5 years before that happened. I'm still competing pretty good, but no, all games to aside, I love basketball. I've always been an athlete. I either played football or I was playing basketball. So, I love it. So I just do it because strictly for the love. I'm not nobody that you need to go Google. Nobody you need to I have no resume. I just love basketball. You know what I mean?
Like, don't waste
don't waste your time thinking like, he might be somebody.
I'm just somebody at the rec center that just enjoys it.
Exactly. And so I got a team. We've been together for a long time. So we had like a bye week last Sunday. So I was like, so we could just stay in rhythm or whatever. Let's go up to the rec and just go play the local cats or whatever and see what's going on. So we get in there and we're killing these dudes. But the only reason why we killing them is because most dudes when they play basketball, unless they have real experience with playing basketball, they're not playing with any type of IQ.
Yeah.
So my team, we go in there. We've been playing together for damn near. My cousin and I have been playing.
Chemistry.
We got chemistry, real chemistry. So we was in there hooping this, that, and third. So we ended up playing about 6 games. Let me explain something to you about getting older and playing more than one. And I'm talking about full court games and going hard, playing real defense, switching, talking, backdooring, all of that. I'm 31. I'll be 32 in a couple months, right? 6 games.
Hell no.
Look, my body, like while you're doing it, you feel like you're 25. When you stop and your body cools down and everything locks up, everything gets sore, it's a problem. I had to take an Epsom salt bath.
I think I've seen posts of them.
Man, it's not the same. But like I said, I love the game.
Fuck that, because I know, like, if I try to play 6 games, nigga, halfway through the first game, nigga, time out. Nigga, I'll be over there hurt like no.
But that's why you don't stop. Cause like
sub, I said, I'm a sub. Ain't no sub.
But that's why you don't stop. Like if you keep doing it, your body is good while you're doing it. It's just the preparation to not be in pain. That ice bath, the Epsom salt, the ice of these, everything, so that you can be good.
Look,
but
I think I posted this too.
Yeah, I saw that. I was dying. Yeah,
I ain't touched a ball in a cool minute. I used to ball, ain't touched it in a cool minute. This how out of shape as far as like athleticism goes. Nigga, I'm over here shooting and doing layup drills by my damn self. Right. Fuck my knee up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to chill. You gotta take it slow. Like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
gonna
cool
start at the free throw line, man. But no, man. The reason why I wanted to talk about, I'm talking about basketball, but
and we're not the sports podcast.
It's a lot of kids. But it falls into the education of the community, like we always try to do. So it's a lot of kids. 2 kids in particular has bypassed college to go professional. One is going professional in Australia. The other one is going to the NBA draft. So the question that I have for you guys, from my partner, is how do you feel about kids foregoing college and trying to get directly into the professional world? Do you think that the education is important, or do you believe that if this person has the talent to go pro, or think that they have the talent to go pro, should they test those waters?
I think in some cases, some people know what they want to do with the rest of their lives at an early age. They just know, regardless if it's sports, entertainment, acting, music, whatever the case may be. Some people, like, this is all they know and this is what they're aiming to do in life, and they just haven't figured out. So I understand if a young kid, they want to go straight pro, skip the college experience and just go straight to the NBA. I get it, straight to the NFL. I don't think they do that in NFL, but
No.
But NBA. So I don't knock a young kid that do it, but I can understand the concern from some people that are like, you should go to college first, get the experience, because there's two ways this can go. You can have the right people around you when you make this transition into the NBA, and you're making all this money, and they're guiding you on how to use your money. Because you got to think about it. A lot of these kids, their situations might not be the best,
right,
as far as finances go. So if you throw a bunch of money in their lap, you know what they're going to do? They're going to fuck it up. And so I pray that these kids have some type of people around them with the knowledge and the intellect of how to deal with money.
Right.
Because if you don't, then you're going to fuck it up. So, but there's some people that, you know, they got the right people around them, give them that guidance and show them, like, invest in real estate, invest in this business, invest in stocks and mutual funds and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it can, like, it's a tricky situation. Most of the time, like, kids are gonna jump on the money. It's like, yo, I'm working to go pro. Like, what am I gonna wait for?
I get it.
You know?
I
get it. I understand why a kid will go straight pro, because that's what they want. That's what they've been working for their whole lives. And I can understand the concern of if you should get the college experience and learn how to deal with people and get this more advanced education and, you know, the whole nine that comes with the college experience. So, you know, I get both sides, but if a kid really have it figured out as far as what they want to do with life, shit, do what you love, man. Do what you love.
My stance on it is this: I will always press education, having a fallback, having you know that conversation that we all grew up on. But the NCAA has a weird relationship with its athletes. You know, where if the athletes were coming out of high school were able to get paid off of their likeness, because now you have kids who, let's say Zion, that when he played at Duke, his jersey sold out before he even played a game. You know what I mean? He didn't get a dime of that. You have these kids who, you know, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into the game that they play. They get into the Final Four. They get into the, you know, the conference finals, their division finals. These kids they're busting their butt. You know, these coaches prepare them, but these athletes are the ones that people come to see. They get no compensation for it. You understand what I'm saying? And you talk about the reason why I say they get no compensation for it, the reason why I feel like it's a big deal is because these schools are making billions of dollars off of the sports. These coaches are getting paid millions of dollars.
Crazy money. They ain't gotta do shit.
You understand what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, if you were giving them something, I feel that it would
give them some incentive to stay.
Incentives to stay, incentive to go to college. So what you're seeing now is a trend of kids being like, look, check this out. I'm one and done. Everybody knows I am the best in the country, the second best in the country, the third best in the country, the fourth best. Everybody, they already projected me to go, you know, this number in the NBA draft. Everybody knows that I'm that guy. So because they know that my future is set, I really don't need school. If I recall right, Ben Simmons, that plays for the 76ers, he didn't go to not one class when he was at LSU. He already knew he was one and done. So it was almost a waste of time for him to go there. I understand now how, you know, some of these kids want to go, you know, straight to NBA draft or go overseas and play, because that's a better prerequisite for playing in a professional setting. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm
learning hands-on, you know.
It's hands-on training, hands-on how to be a professional, hands-on how to talk to the media, all of these different things. And then on top of it, they're being paid for their talent, their likeness, their jerseys. They're being paid for their talent. They're not being, you know, for the lack of better words, being pimped for what they bring to the table. So like I said, I'm gonna go with saying, like, listen, if you are a kid and you have the right people around you and they're telling you the truth, that, hey, you got NBA game, You really don't need this. The NBA scouts are even saying like, hey, this kid's gonna be in the NBA one day. People overseas are saying like you're a great talent.
Mm-hmm.
I say follow your dream.
Yeah.
But if you're a kid that who barely got recruited, barely, you know, and nobody really knows your name and this, that, and the third, just because you believe in your talent, don't do it. I feel like that.
It's gonna land you in a bad situation. Yeah. You're gonna be mad after the fact.
Yeah.
Because usually when it's those type of kids, they gonna jump on the money. They're gonna be out here acting stupid with their bread, and you gotta. And even if you go pro, you still need to be able to be a student at the end of the day of the game, of the craft, and somebody who's trying to be somebody that's trying to be a mentor to you about life.
Yes. Because
you can be out here and be dealing with situations, talking to people crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like
you have to be,
you lose it all. Endorsements out the window.
You have to be a professional. You really have to be a professional. And the truth of the matter is, you really need to find. Listen, in school they taught us math, right? Mm-hmm. And there's some math that we ain't never gonna use.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you like this: if you're gonna go that route, at least be financially literate.
Yeah. Real talk.
Know where to put the money that you're being given. You understand what I'm saying? Know when to spend your money, when not to spend your money. You're young enough. Just because you go overseas doesn't mean you making all this money. Doesn't mean come back and buy an apartment or come back and get a condo. You're young. Stay at home. Stack your money. Enjoy life. Get you a mutual fund. Buy you some stock. Look at investing. Look and buy into some real estate. And there's groups out there that will take your money and put it into a property, and it's a
crowdfunding. You understand what I'm saying? Into property.
So
you get a lot of that type of information from cats like Jay Morrison.
Yeah.
It don't take nothing but to go on YouTube and to learn a little something on how to use your money and how to invest it. Yeah. So educate yourself.
Educate yourself, man. Just listen. Just because you don't have a degree doesn't mean that you're not educated. A lot of times the reason why they say have a fall back is because with sports, the sports world is so crazy. You can go from being up here, rolling your ankle, tearing up your knee, and just not being the same. And then people, it's a doggy dog world, especially overseas. You get one injury, they want you to produce right now. They say it's a 6 months recovery. They might send you home. So the truth of the matter is, reason why I say I believe in having the fallback is just because if something was to happen and you have a degree, without a degree, sometimes people can tell you what they're willing to pay.
Yeah.
With a degree, now you can't tell me what you're willing to pay me. This piece of paper tells you that I'm entitled to X amount of dollars. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk. And it's just like, outside, even if you don't have a degree, you want to set yourself to where your work speaks volumes and it speaks for itself. And it's like, you're not going to tell me what my worth is.
Yes.
You demand what your worth is.
Yes.
Degree or not.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to letting people know, like, yo, you're not about to sit up here and do X, Y, and Z to me.
Yeah.
It's not, no, I'm
exactly.
good. So demand what your worth is. Get people around you that are financially educated, financially literate.
Yeah.
If you're going to jump into the frying pan and go all in early.
Yeah. Just be prepared.
Just be prepared.
Be prepared. Don't jump head first in not knowing what you're going to get yourself into. Educate yourself. Ask some of the guys, because these kids that are on that level, they're being trained and they're in the circle of cats who are professionals, who are overseas, who are doing it. Yeah. Sit down, talk to them. You don't have to go to everybody and ask them to be your mentor. You understand what I'm saying? But you can ask a million questions about what your next move should be and how it should go. And just take the feedback positively, whether they're telling you what you want to hear or not. Because some might tell you, go to school, it was better for you, I have a fallback, this and the other. Other cats might say, man, F school was nothing. Get over here, do X, Y, and Z. Make sure you take care of your body like this, and you'll have a long, lucrative professional career.
Because when it comes down to it, your body is your money maker.
Yes, your body is your business.
Yeah. So if that goes out, you're going to be asked out. So make sure you put that money somewhere.
Yes.
That's going to make you money.
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
Women going to come. The women going to come. The partying going to come. Let me explain something about partying. If you really get out there and you hoop and you let your hoop speak for itself, whatever profession that you are, and we're talking about basketball, so I'm gonna keep saying hoop. If your basketball game is so on point, you know your social life is put on pause because you're doing your thing. When you become that person, you become a name. People start giving you stuff. They give you stuff. So you may not even have to pay to go to the club. Look, you may not have to pay for a section, clothing, jewelry, none of that. Your work ethic will put you there.
I'll put it like this. You think that women wasn't throwing Sam Cassell the box?
This nigga is out of control. Sam Cassell, boy, look like
boy,
Tyrone Hill.
You think they wasn't throwing him the box?
Come on now. Yeah. Who's the dude that was at the reality show? He had the lump on his head.
Whoa.
Oh man, I don't know. It was what, like Love and Hip Hop, not Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wise. One of the first episodes, this dude had a lump on his head. He looked crazy. Yeah. But this girl was just like, you know, women were just on him. This woman was all over him and stuff. But that's what comes.
Everybody looks sexy next to a couple $1 million. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
But don't be stupid. You know what the climate is as far as the Me Too movement. Don't fall in that trap.
Yeah, and don't fall into the trap of these, these thotties.
Yeah, man, don't just avoid that circle altogether.
That's part of being financial literate.
Yeah,
not knowing when to deal with substance and not dealing with substance. Yes, these little models is cute, they thick, they bad, they all of that. But you got to understand that they're coming for one thing and one thing alone, and that's the money, that's the fame, that's the thing that you bring to the table.
They even willing to set you up. You see what happened to Kevin Hart?
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you Kevin Hart, he ain't going nowhere no more. Like, this nigga just chilling.
Like, he's probably the most faithful black man in the community.
Go to work, go to home. He probably got his wife and kids with him. Like, yup.
Exactly.
Yep. Like, I ain't getting into nothing.
Exactly.
But transitioning from that, did you see, you get a chance to watch that When They See Us yet?
That's about the Central Park 5.
Yeah. By Ava DuVernay.
I haven't. What's crazy is Ava DuVernay sent an email to me. I don't know how she got on. I got on her email list. Got on her email list. It's not even that. I don't know what I subscribed to, who I've subscribed to, where she borrowed their emailing list. But I got an email from her today about the Central Park 5. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So. The truth of the matter is, I believe it was a mask email. I'm not special. Nobody knows me. But when you sent me the link, I didn't have a chance to get to it because I was doing homework.
Yeah. For everybody that if you don't know what we're talking about, Ava DuVernay is a director, writer. She put out a docu-series. Basically, it's a 5 or 6 piece of docu-series. On Central Park 5, and breaks it down on what happened. Is it's a dramatization basically.
Yeah.
So to break it down of what was going on in the kids' minds, how they ended up in the situation from their perspectives, what they were dealing with. It's on Netflix. It's called When They See Us. So
yeah,
check that out.
Check it out.
Especially people out there that aren't of color. This is something to educate you about the experience and the system that oppresses black people.
Yeah.
And it's not just black people. All Latinos got to deal with this too. There was actually a Latino kid.
It was one Puerto Rican.
It was a Puerto Rican kid that caught up.
They black, but some of them are basic. They black.
Niggas.
They black. So
I remember this is a side note. I remember when I was young, I used to think Fat Joe was a straight nigga.
Oh, This
was before me being like growing up in Rialto or whatever.
Yeah.
I knew about Mexicans or whatever and Hispanics, but I didn't know
about the Puerto Ricans
and Guatemalans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so that was just me being ignorant and not knowing no better. But I used to think Fat because he looked like a damn nigga.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, man. If you go to the Drink Champs podcast and you go back to the to his Fat Joe's interview that he did, when he went to prison. He had issues with that because the Spanish
they wasn't fucking with it.
They were like, "What are you? Who are you with? And why do you get down with the blacks and this, that, and the third?" And he was like, "Listen, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from the Bronx. we were basically the same thing. We just speak Spanish. Yeah.
But the thing is, if you do your homework, you learn about Afro-Latinos, and there's a good TED Talk. I forget what the lady name was. Yeah. But she breaks it all down, the Tainos and the whole nine.
Shouts out to the Afro-Latinos, man.
Yeah, big shout.
We know about y'all. See,
and some people want to act, especially on the Hispanic side, they want to act. They don't know, and they very might not.
They may not know, but I'll put it to you like this, man. There's some Spanish people that's walking around you right now that look just like me.
Real talk.
And you have to understand.
You see Sammy Sosa before he turned into a ghost.
They look just like me, same hair texture, everything. You have to understand that Spanish is a culture. It is not an actual ethnicity. Mm-hmm. So you could be from Puerto Rico and be a black Puerto Rican. When you come to America, they have to classify you as something.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's the problem with America, is always trying to classify.
They gotta put you in a class. Yeah, is it sexism, racism, classism, all of that? That's what we roll with.
But the Central Park 5, these kids were manipulated into creating.
You want me to give them the story behind it, or you want me to just
go ahead?
Okay, listen, check this out. You guys are gonna watch the documentary. You could, it's a docu-series. You could watch it. You could see it. It's going to be dramatized and played out because that is it's more potent than reading, right? Yeah. Because the story is out there. You could go read it for yourself. What happened was, it was a woman who was jogging in Central Park. She was assaulted, down there, beat to death, and raped. At the same time, it was a group of kids. I believe it was maybe 30 kids. I don't know what they were doing at that time. They were all in the park. But the kids were rowdy. Some of them were throwing rocks at people. Some man was jumped and beat, put in the hospital for 2 days. So when this incident happened, and people, identified these kids as being the ones who had, committed this heinous crime, it was nothing for the police to go and pick them up, because the group that we were kind of rowdy. The problem is, the kids that they picked up did not commit the crime. They were too young to understand the tactics that the police play. You understand what I'm saying? That the police play. They end up, tricking these kids into confessing to crimes that they didn't do. They told them that they would let them go home if they confessed to this. They got kids to turn against each other and say that this person did this person did that, when in actuality, the person never did it. After they went to court and they were convicted of it with the lack of evidence, because there was a rape kit, and there was a semen tracing. These kids were not in any type of form connected to any of the evidence that went down. Just they happened to be within the wrong group, doing nonsense that's wrong place, wrong time, but doing stupid stuff that stupid kid that at times kids do. Because at the time I was a stupid kid. I got into fights. I picked fights. I did stuff. So I understand that the environment that you come from can put you in a position to make you look as if you are a criminal. That's
why you gotta be mindful of the people you keep around.
Exactly.
Keep
so what ended up happening was, the guy who actually raped the girl, who brutally beat the girl and raped the girl, was like a serial rapist. He ended up killing somebody, raped a couple other people, got caught, went to jail, confessed that he did it, this, that, and the third. One of the guys, the older one of the Central Park 5, was in Rikers Island with him. They got into it the first time. The second time they had a civil conversation, and the guy realized, like, listen, you're in here doing 15 years for something that I did. So I'm going to go and I'm going to confess. And he went and confessed that I was the person who raped this girl, beat her, did this, that, and the third. And these guys were released from jail. But some of them had already served their time and had got out of jail. So they were walking around with the stigma of being, sexual deviants and all of that in the community. And, long story short, they were all exonerated. They were awarded $40 million because they were wrongly convicted. And when they talked to the police and they asked the police, did you guys feel that there was any wrongdoing from the police department? The police was like, no, as we went back and did an internal investigation, we don't believe that we did anything wrong. We believe that this group, because of their actions, fit the description of something that could have taken place in the park by them doing something.
It's crazy when you watch the dramatization, whatever. Especially if you're black, you will see some familiar things that take place as far as like the dealings with police. and it will definitely piss you off. And even if you're not black, if you just somebody that's human, and you could just feel just sympathy for just somebody that's dealing with some bullshit,
yeah,
it will hit you in a certain type of way. Like, like.
Let me interject just real quick. It hit me in a way, but it also put a mirror in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the reason why I say it put a mirror in front of me is because when I was younger, like I said earlier, I didn't have a father figure.
Mm-hmm.
So as a kid, I did a lot of dumb things, not knowing that I was being a follower, not knowing that I was being, detrimental to the community, detrimental to myself.
Yeah.
But I was looking for that gratification. I was looking for that pat in the back. So I was running with the wrong group of people. You understand what I'm saying? And when I look at this story, it reminds me of myself and the bullets that I've dodged. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't want to get into all of my background, but I've been in situations where, I should have been in jail.
Yeah.
I should have been, maybe not even alive because of the decisions that I made and the people and the alliances that I made with people. And the situation shows me clear as day, because I don't believe that these guys were one of the guys who beat on the man that they put in the hospital for 2 days. I believe that they were just amongst the group. You understand what I'm saying? So that guilty by association,
it could be a bitch.
It's a real thing, and you have to really pay attention to who you hang with, who you run with, who are the people around you. If they're not beneficial to you, then why are you with them? You gotta understand. Like, I know it's hard, like, because hindsight is 20/20. I'm 31, about to be 32. I can look back at when I was 14, 15, and be like, listen, you look stupid running with these people and doing these things, trying to be a part of, being associated with gangs and affiliated with gang members and the things that you did. But at that time, if I was to go back in time, man, and not with the mind that I have now, I would do the same thing over again. So the truth of the matter is you have to, it really put a mirror in front of me to show that, I'm blessed to not have been in this position because my associations could have had me in the same type of environment.
Real talk. Go check that out. Like, it's on Netflix, When They See Us. Directed by Ava DuVernay. But piggybacking off what you were just saying as far as association, I posted a video on IG if y'all haven't seen it. Basically speaking about everyone don't deserve to be around you.
Yes.
And I knew you reached out. He was like, man, that's something we should speak about and more in depth.
Yes.
Because if you go to that video, it's like 5-minute video or whatever. I'm basically like touching on that. Some people you gotta let go of. Sometimes you just have to just take a break from people. Sometimes you gotta tune in,
remove them out your life.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta focus and just like I can't mess with you right now.
Yeah.
Like next time, like they're trying to get you to come out, but like, I can't do that right now. And some people are just toxic, and you gotta just get them out of your life. So it was something that came to me watching the video on YouTube was everybody don't deserve to be around you. And it's like, once you understand your worth and how dope you are as a person, you start to understand, like, why am I putting energy on doing this, trying to go out here and turn up, or allow myself to get out of character, getting mad when somebody pushes my buttons in this toxic relationship. Like, everybody, like, a lot of times we just want to have people around just cuz. It's like the smoking and drinking and shit, like doing nothing.
When you posted that video, man, it hit home for me because sometimes in life, I used to tell people all the time, it is crazy because, as like I always say, as being brothers who are dedicated to knowledge and dedicated to educating yourself, knowledge is a mirror. Right? And sometimes you obtain knowledge and then boom, you have to look at yourself. And it may not be something that you want to see, right? What has happened with me, and it's something that I haven't paid attention to my whole entire life, but I've always had frenemies. I've always had people who I've wanted the best for, but they necessarily never wanted the best for me. And, you know, I can equate that to being, you know, some people may not believe in it, but I'm a Leo, right? And we're very, we attract people, we're people persons, we're, you know, we're the life of the party, you know, we're always flashy, we like to stand out, we're all of these things, right? But it's genuine. Sometimes, you know, you might feel like you're flashy, like I'm like the Leos were a little too flashy, and we, you know, we try to stand out and this, that, and the other, and have things that other people don't have. But that's just naturally our personality. It's not to be like, you know, boastful and none of those type of things. But I've dealt with people who have been like, you know, frenemies my whole entire life. And I've always tried to keep them around because I'm like, you know, I'm not trying to make you my enemy. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But what I've had to come to the realization was lately is that there are people who I talk to with sincerity that understand what I'm saying, and then there's some people who will never see what I'm saying as being sincere. They only see the person. Oh, you look good, you're this, you're that, or oh, you think you look good, or you're this, you're that. And so when you were like, everybody's not supposed to be around you. Some of you guys are out there and you guys are ignoring the signs of people who do not have a genuine care for you, a genuine, you know, respect for you, because they look at you and they feel some type of way. If a person is not a benefit to your life, it's no reason to have them around.
For real talk. And it's like, because I noticed that early on, for whatever reason, I wasn't the type that followed the crowd. Because I knew a shitload of people that bang and was just in the mix. For whatever reason, I was always just to myself. I'll be around in certain situations, but I didn't get too deep into the mix, you know. But it's all about just having the self-awareness and knowing, kind of having an idea of who you are. When you're a kid, you really don't really know, but maybe I was just always, because I was an introvert, I had to learn to be more extroverted. So I always self-reflected and look, you know, just went within or whatever. But there's some people you want to be cool with, but the problem is that some people are just loyal to what they can get out of you. You know, they fuck with you because
you're beneficial.
It's like this line Fab that said, do you fuck with me because I'm beneficial or I'm beneficial? You know what I mean? So like, you gotta watch out for these type of people that will try to manipulate you. They'll like try to fuck with, like act like they fuck with you. They might be talking behind your back, or as soon as they get whatever the fuck they want, they gone. So it's like, it's some people, like I said in that video, and as I'm saying right now, they don't deserve to be around you. Understand your worth, understand your value, and who you are as a person. Understand how dope you are. We're running these tabs up on letting these people be around us. Like, nigga, like it's a privilege to be around me. And like, you gotta understand that.
Let me put this to y'all like this, because this is something that I had to learn, right? If you have to sit back and wonder what you did to a person, if the vibe coming off of an individual is not a pleasant vibe, you feel like they have an issue with you, that's your intuition connected to their vibe, and it's telling you that this person's not vibing with you, they got an issue with you. But if you sit back and you say, damn, I ain't never disrespected this person, I ain't never did nothing wrong to this person, I ain't never lied to this person, I've always done right by that person, you need to understand, no matter how uncomfortable it is, how it may shake up your circle, shake up the group that you're in. It may even put you in a position where you're by yourself, because you have to not associate with individuals anymore. Do it, because that's your intuition connecting with their vibration, telling you that this is a toxic relationship now, because that person's feelings for you are not as genuine as your feelings for them.
Y'all not vibrating on the same frequency
level. Exactly.
Like the frequency
in
is
the
off.
church, they say you're unequally yoked. You know what I mean?
You know, and it's just people like that you just have to realize, because at the end of the day, there's a difference of not agreeing about something and being just completely confused on like why y'all are at odds. Like, it just should never be a confusion. And so it's just like, yo, like, this is a little like too wild. Like why?
I haven't done nothing to you. Why I feel like you're not fucking with me. Yeah.
So it's just like if somebody's like that, just always just hostile and just want to take it to the next level and shit like that, and it's just always got to just
something negative.
Yeah, like you got to get them people to fuck out. Like it's just. It's too much, and it's like it distracts you from what you're supposed to be doing, where you're trying to go. Them people are just slowing you down. They're dead weight. Get them the fuck out.
Right.
You gotta understand when you gotta just change the chapter. Like we're just going through this. Excuse me. We're writing the story of our lives in this book, and some people don't make it to the next chapter.
No.
They were there for a certain reason, so you can learn a certain lesson.
Yeah.
Like okay, I can identify what type of person that is now. I know moving forward, I can't deal with that type of individual. I know what type of signs and characteristics to look for when I come across somebody like that.
Yeah.
So when you go to that next chapter, that's not going to be in the story no more.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more peaceful, a little less drama. You know, you're a little more focused.
Yeah.
Let them people go. Stop holding on to these negative, toxic relationships.
Yes.
Get that shit the fuck out. Like, and then I had this other video when I was talking about the 360 diet.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a lot of times when you diet, a lot of times people think about nutrition, about what they're putting into their body.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think about what you're putting through your mental as well, through visual and
that's good.
And audible.
That's real good.
Through your ears.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, be careful on just all this type of energy that you can process in, and most of the time is from people.
Yeah.
Get the negative energy from out of your lives. Get the negative people. You got to just cut them off. You know what I mean? And it's just at the end of the day, everybody don't deserve to be around you.
No.
And it's just like.
And sometimes you feel like you dope. I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes you feel like you dope to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You done seen the meme where people was like, man, forget social media. I'm dope in real life.
Yeah.
Because you know that, some people actually grew up with principle.
Mm-hmm.
Some people actually grew up with, people, in their corner teaching them the right things.
Yeah.
And you feel like you bring a level of substance to a relationship. And you sit there and you like, man, listen, I'm dope.
Yeah.
And I'm a good person. And I don't treat people wrong. You know what I mean? But then you're gonna have those people who they didn't come from they not cut from the cloth that you from.
They didn't.
And they can't appreciate what you bring to the table, no matter how much of a good heart you have for them. They not gonna have a good heart for you.
Yeah, like Cat Williams say, you gotta be in tune with your star player.
Exactly.
Be in tune with your star player. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and like, nigga, I'm a motherfucking like I'm that.
Yeah.
I'm that motherfucker right there. Like, understand, like, when you really get in tune with yourself, like, it's a privilege to be fucking around.
But that's 100% the truth, because the truth of the matter is, if you know yourself, you have taken the time to look yourself in the mirror, know your flaws, know your it's do a SWOT analysis on yourself. A SWOT analysis, for those who don't know, a SWOT analysis, that's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, right? Do a SWOT analysis on yourself. Know what your strengths are. Know what your weaknesses are. Know what opportunities that you have. Know what the threats to yourself is. And a lot of times it's you who are a threat to yourself. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
And that was another part I pointed out. Sometimes it's not other people. Sometimes it is us. You got to realize when sometimes you're the toxic person.
Yes.
And when you need to work on yourself and get more developed on your mental capacity and the type of energy you're putting out there.
Listen, if you're going through shit and you're taking shit out on other people, you're toxic.
Yeah, real talk.
If you had a bad day and you're taking it out on people, you're toxic. If your relationship ain't going right and you're taking it out on people, you're toxic. If every relationship that you've been in has been a bad relationship and now you treat women differently,
you doing,
you're toxic.
Man or woman.
Look yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I'm toxic. Maybe I'm toxic because I'm hurt. Maybe I'm toxic because I don't know no better. Maybe I'm toxic because the people around me have been giving me bad information. You got to understand, you got to look yourself in the mirror. And once you look yourself in the mirror, you become comfortable with yourself. I remember the truth, long time ago, man, I tell people all the time, well, I told my girl.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, when I was 22, 23, me and her wouldn't even get along.
Yeah.
She's a strong individual. I'm a strong individual. I used to feel like giving people advice. If you don't do what I tell you to do, there's something wrong with you. I shouldn't have to talk to you about it again. There's something wrong with you. the older I got I started to realize that the relationships that I was breaking was because inside of me, I felt like I was right all the time. Yeah. And like I've said before, I started to read more, and then I started to learn how to challenge my convictions. And then what I realized was that if I have the answer to your problem, I can tell you. I'm going to tell you what it is. Then I'm going to leave it at that. It's up to you to do it. It's up to you to go through that situation. Your situation is not my situation, so I don't need to force you to think the way that I think, to feel the way that I feel. But that only came from me looking in the mirror and doing a SWOT analysis on my life. So like I said, sometimes we might be the toxic person. We might be the person who don't understand. We might be the person who's being overbearing. We might be the person who's being controlling. So the truth of the matter is, look yourself in the mirror and realize, like, listen, this is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. You know, people can like it or love it, hate it or not.
You know, and it's all about being honest. Before you can be honest with anybody else, you have to be honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, you definitely aren't going to be honest with everybody else. No. And if you can't love yourself,
who's going to love you?
You can't. Not only that, you can't love somebody else.
But yeah, you saying it right. But the point that I'm making is that if you don't love yourself, how can you realize if somebody else is loving you?
Yeah. And it's a life is a constant lesson. Like, you're not going to just have it right just off top.
There's no such thing as losses, only lessons.
Exactly, but that's only if you're open-minded enough to realize there's a lesson here. You know, sometimes people just, like the whole situation with my car blowing up, like, I could have been just, like you said, like, been a victim and just waddle up, like, damn, like, part of me, like, was just, like, fucked up, like, damn, like, and you don't know what to do, you just lost. But if you realize what was going on in the situation, it's like, you know what, this can be a lesson on what to do, what, and then you come out on top, and you just keep on building on that foundation, that new turned rock of information, you know, and you just build and build. Just keep on taking information, keep on learning. I always watch videos on YouTube, talk to enlightening people.
Let me explain something to you. When he say he look at videos on YouTube, this Negro is not playing. Sometimes I lose count of the videos that he send me in a day. But there's always that one video where he'll send videos and it don't be no text with it. He just look at this. But if he send you a video and he's like, listen, go to the 30-minute mark and check this out. You better go check it out, because my man is very good at finding information on YouTube University.
Oh God,
and this dude right here is got a PhD in it, because he will send you something that will be so beneficial to your life, so beneficial to your mindset, make you think different, make you see different. So he's legitly telling the truth about his research on YouTube.
I live by that shit. Yeah. Because like, to be honest, like, I wouldn't know shit about as far as videos, camera, videography and photography. I learned off YouTube. I got some information from some people I know that do it. But the vast majority of the information I know is off YouTube. As far as editing and all that shit. Even with audio engineering, as far as music production, YouTube. So there's a lot of information that's out there, not just on self-development. Just, you can learn a trade real fast and just practice and get better. But always try to pour into yourself. Like I said earlier, you got to pour into yourself, and by the time you're done with this life, that cup needs to be empty. Leave it all on the field.
What are you leaving behind, man?
What are you leaving behind? Your legacy. Part of your legacy is the relationships you have with people. So, like, make the relationships that you do have with people meaningful. And so if there's some people around you that need to go, and the relationships aren't meaningful, get them the fuck out. You know. So it's just something just to think about. We don't know everything. We don't have all the answers. We're not sway. But we fucked up enough to learn a few things.
Trial and error. Trial and error. I tell people all the time, man, when you grow up without a father figure, everything is trial and error. So you don't even look at life without having as being a loss. You look at it as being a lesson, because that's the only way that you're going to learn, because you don't have that person to tell you like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. No, you just go over there, you bump your head, you say, oh shit, I don't fit over there. Oh no, I bumped my head again, I don't fit over there. This is where I fit. So the truth of the matter is, man, don't ignore the signs.
Pay attention to the signs. It usually means something.
If you're the toxic person, fix it. If you got people around you that you feel like don't show you, that they don't reciprocate the type of love that you have for them, don't mess with them. And don't be afraid to lose those relationships. Don't be afraid to be alone.
And that be the problem right there. Some people are afraid to be alone and be to themselves. They hold on to things and shit, like, especially when it comes to intimate relationships. It's like, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to say no. Like, some people, they're gonna want you to come out with them and turn up. It's okay to say no. You gotta find them. You got an exam to go on.
Listen.
You know, like, I was telling him yesterday, because it was Jay Morrison was out here. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you don't. But he was out here in LA on Friday. And I was like, fuck with it. But he had some homework to do. And I knew he couldn't really fuck with it, so it was just like, it's okay, like, yo, I can't really fuck, you know, like.
And that's the beautiful thing about the relationship that we have, because the truth of the matter is, I understand that if I say I can't mess with it because I really got something, he know me. If I'm free and I can do it, I'm most definitely, whatever he own, this, like, I look at this brother as my equal. So whatever he own, I say, damn, then even if I'm not feeling it, I'm like, listen, I trust him enough that this information might be good for me. But if with the school, I'm in the master's program, and this shit just beating my ass.
That shit comes first.
You know what I mean? So I gotta take care of that business. But the thing is, if he goes, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if there's an event or a situation or something, and this man goes, he's going on behalf of me. Because when he goes and the information comes, he gonna come back and he gonna give me that information. So I'm not tripping off of none of that. You know what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is, man, I appreciate you being able to recognize, like, listen, this is this, but I'm gonna go. Well, it's a team. We're a team for sure.
At the end of the day, you know, like I said, you got that's what comes with being if you, aside from being toxic, when you're actually being a positive person and really being of substance and being beneficial to the people around you, you're gonna pour into them. You know, he pours into me, I pour into him. I try to pour into the people around me. That's just who I am. That's what I was pretty much.
We've been saying this since the beginning, before we even started the podcast, man. You guys, maybe we never even talked about this. The podcast came through. I used to be hit and miss a lot because I be doing the most. I'd really be roaming. But when we used to get together, we used to sit there and we used to politic. And we used to always say, iron sharpens iron. You understand what I'm saying?
It was just based off talking about books and information. And then one day he hit me like, yo, like,
let's start a podcast.
At first, I was kind of reluctant about it because I had so much going on in my life. This was when I was working at my old job. And I was just hella busy, and then I'm already trying to do music and all sorts of shit. So I was like, I don't know how this is going to work. But it's just like, once you just get into conversation and talking about just real shit and about life, it just flows. It's effortless.
I could care less about all the other stuff that I got going in my life. This right here is the most beneficial. Because no, as for those of you who subscribe to what we talk about in the podcast and you tune into the podcast and everything, you're a person of substance also. And as a person of substance, you realize that when you read things and you learn things and all that, you feel like an atom bomb. You feel like I need to be able to share this information with people,
especially when it resonates with you.
You understand what I'm saying? And you or it pops like a thought in your brain and you realize something like, damn, I've been thinking wrong this whole time. You want to share it with somebody.
And some information is just so undeniable. Like, you probably didn't even know, like, your whole entire life, but you hear it a certain type of way. They word it a certain, and it makes all the sense.
It makes sense. And so it's honestly, man, this podcast is therapeutic. You know, it allows me to express myself. It allows my man to express himself. It allows us to give you guys information. And like we said earlier, legacy. I could listen. If I pass away tomorrow, a year from now, whatever, the information that I've given you is 100% genuine from the heart. It's 100% genuine from something that I've read.
100.
And I want people to look at this and say, listen, those brothers, they were aware of the moment. They weren't living in the past. They weren't living in the future. They were in the moment. And they wanted to give their information to people. So the truth of the matter is, like I said, I got to commend my man again for the situation he just went through and how he bounced back from it in the same day. Listen, I came in here and I was making jokes about it. I was like, listen, your car was on fire like you dropped a new mixtape. Man. And he laughed. You understand what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is, he's not a victim. You understand, man? Some people would be like, hey, bro, don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, but my man really was like, listen, you have to understand, you control your environment. Your mind creates your life. If you ever read the book The Secret, read the book The Secret. Your thoughts create your life. So you have control over how your happiness. You have control when you're sad. You have control when you're frustrated by the perspective that you look at the situation. So
what about the energy you put into that thought? Like, words don't offend people. It's what you invest into what they said. And
a lot of times, if you listen to what you said, words don't offend people, right? It's where your mentality is already at. So if you're already insecure about something and somebody says something about you, you take offense to it because what? You're already having an issue with it. So the truth of the matter is, man, you really gotta go into situations and look at it like, listen, I'm gonna win regardless. I'm gonna be on top regardless. I'm not gonna let this thing make me a victim. I've never been a victim. My whole entire life, I could tell you, if I told you guys stories about my teen years and the things that I went through, you would say, wow, you should be damaged. You should be I'm not
the whole
a victim.
Black experience, low key, we should be damaged.
Low key. All of us, listen, I remember, man.
But a lot of us got PTSD and we don't even know it.
Listen, I'm not even gonna say I have PSD. I'm not gonna say I do that. PSD.
Yeah, I think that drink get you just.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that I have that, right? But I'm gonna say that I did deal with mental oppression. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like nobody physically abused me, but I was abused as a teen. I was mentally abused as a teen. You understand what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is I'm not a victim. So when I talk about it and I tell people about it, you understand what I'm saying? I really feel like I'm telling somebody else's story. Because it doesn't affect my life. I don't treat people differently because of what I've been through. I treat people differently off their character and how they present themselves.
As you should, man.
You never, and this is another jewel, you know, we're going long, but this is a jewel that you have to understand. There's a difference between holding a grudge and seeing a person's character. I can see your character and realize your character is not something that I choose to associate with. Holding a grudge means I look at you and I say I hate you. I have issues with you for the things that you have done. No, it's two different things. I can look at your character and I can say, I know you don't mean the best for me, and you stay over there.
Yeah, you just stay over there. But we could keep on going on and on with this. I know we soaking up a lot of y'all time, so I
appreciate y'all if you listened all the way through to this point.
Because I definitely, you know me, I'll be dropping videos on IG just to get thoughts off that I come on just on a random, sporadic just situation. But go ahead and follow the IG page, DSTM Podcast, at DSTM Podcast.
And follow me at DSTM Podcast _Dane.
Follow me at DSTM Podcast _Sxmmnz, SXMMNZ. And like, subscribe, and share. Till next time, it's Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Bang, 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 bang.
Salute. Catch y'all.